you started reporting or making videos off with audio or maybe sometimes on air, when you're really young. And
Yes.
I
So I
believe
I
you
used to
probably
actually I used to
gone.
actually appear first on audio because I would do talk back in the studio with Alex when I was around 8, 9 years old. I would like school him on the Bible and stuff. I was a very well-read little kid. I still am somewhat well-read today. But going into the future around 10, 11 years old, I started doing videos with the Guy Fawkes mask on because my dad didn't want my face to be out there just yet. When I'm like 12, 13, 14, that's when I make my first on-air appearance, and it was really off to the races. And what really sucks is my entire body of work, everything I really did at InfoWars, it was on our old YouTube channel, which, as you know, was deleted and deplatformed in 2018. So I had videos with over a 500,000 views. I had dozens and dozens of videos, films, reports, on the street interviews, you name it. And those were all kind of deleted. So the cool thing now is way I see it, the kind of silver lining is I get to start from scratch and I get to kind of re-release a couple of those old videos that I have and put them out nowadays in the modern time.
Self seeing the building because you started doing this since you were young.
Right.
I'm sure seeing not just the video because I'm sure the video you can always recreate, but the building tape. Like
Oh,
if
man,
somebody deletes my
it's
video, it's
legendary. Let me do a little
go on.
breakdown on that. Sorry to interrupt you. Let me
No,
do a
it's
little
okay.
breakdown on that. So when we started off, InfoWars had around 4,000 square feet, and that's where the old Alex Jones studio is. Those classic videos of him in the old like radio broadcast studio,
Mm-hmm.
that was a little portion of this building. Then around like 2013, 2014, we got the other half of that building, that 8,000 square feet, and we turned it into warehousing. Then a couple years in the future, Alex is getting money coming in from the supplements. He's able to build the media empire. We turn that whole area into reporting studios. That's where we built the Trump era studio. And we get the other side of the building as well, another 8,000 square feet, and we use that as warehousing space. So then after that, Alex builds the giant studio he's currently in, which is referred to as Studio Joe, a great man, Joe Jennings, who unfortunately died in a motorcycle accident in the late 20 teens. He designed that kind of Japanese game show studio that Alex works in now. And that was so huge for us. And just seeing that process and seeing that thing get built was so incredible. Eventually, we used even the other 8,000 square feet to hold reporters and administrative staff and supplement staff. And we moved out our warehousing to another building that we still own locally in Austin. And at its peak, you're talking about probably like 1,400 to 16, or not 1,400, talking about 14,000 to 16,000 square feet of total space, warehousing, and production that we all had. So
Heavy.
I've spent more time in the InfoWars office than any home that I've ever lived in. And I
Mm-hmm.
have a very deep, very almost like I would say actually spiritual attachment to that place. And it's been very sad to see a place that used to have 78 employees, used to have people running around screaming with papers all the time. It was so crowded, it was so fun. Now be reduced to kind of like a ghost ship or like a Flying Dutchman type of thing, where we have maybe a third or a fourth of the original crew that we had. And the people that are there are just purely there for love of the game, just trying to keep this thing alive. It's very sad for me to see it go away. But at the same time, it's something that I feel needs to happen so that we can rise again like a phoenix and do even better.
Yeah. So you believe the AJ Live, the info Alex Jones Live
Network. Oh,
network.
yeah.
Sorry, Alex Jones network. You believe that will be bigger than Infowars?
Oh, yeah. I
You
really
think?
do. It depends on how we play it. It depends on how much love is put into it. But I know Alex, and he's all about love. And this is the thing he cares the most about. He's planning on going live for around 18 hours a day. Not
Yeah.
just him.
So
But
I was thinking that is like a promotion. Like I want to go live for 18 hours a day. I want to do this. I want to have reporters around the country. I'm thinking, yeah, maybe this guy is just promoting. Maybe it's just like an advert. But is he actually serious? Wants to go live for 18 hours a day?
serious. He's 110% serious. I mean, that's what it was all about. And what it really is just reconstituting what we had in like 2015 to 2018. We were already doing all that stuff. We were doing it great, perfectly, awesome budget, everything. You're talking about it's so sad, right? Because other people, they have big company, big industry, they get a lot of funding from other people, and they never really have to worry about anything because they're not worried
That's right.
about getting sued. They don't have a real independent message that goes out. We
Mm-hmm.
were doing all of this and they took it from us. They took it from us by suing us. They took it from us by deplatforming us first. They did everything possible to make us not successful. And we've still been so successful. And it's all thanks to the listeners because they recognize this really is the biggest independent media operation in the world,
Yeah,
you know?
and
to every single one of you who has walked this road with us. Not just the easy win, but the tough, heavy storm. I want to reach out my hand to you, sir, and say thank you so much. Thank you so much, missus, because you didn't just fund a platform. You didn't just support creator. You stood for something sacred, something real. The idea that truth should never be owned by the politicians, by the elites. So thank you so much. Because we're living in a world where headlines are shaped by propagandas. We're living in a world where narratives are created by a politician's agenda. So staying true and telling you the honest truth isn't just hard anymore. It's becoming radical. And we've never taken a penny from any corporation or political party, because we understand that journalism should never be funded by the elites, should never be funded by politicians. Journalists should only be accountable to the people they serve, not the people that they meant to question. But staying independent comes with a lot of cost. It means no more access, no access to fancy meetings, no access to big donors. So we're choosing integrity, we're choosing morals, and we're choosing to put stories in front. And trust me, that's a cost I'm willing to take. That's why we need you, not just as donors, but as people, as defender of truth, as people that believe that truth isn't a luxury, it's a right. It's a right that every single person in a country deserves to get. And if you've been watching the mainstream media lately, I'm sure you've felt a quiet rage when you see a story being told in a different way, when you see the truth being twisted, when you see suffering being ignored, when you see the powerful few rewrite history and take over narrative and rewrite reality. And now this is the moment that stops. Every single contribution that you make to this channel is a refusal to be manipulated. It's a stand against distortion. And if you believe that journalism should be factual, if you believe that journalism should be unbiased, then this is your time for you to stand with us. Donate right now and build this movement with us. Be the reason why the truth survives in this country. Thank you so much.